my second statement for Beth Sweeney and any of her minions who think they're going to rally and recruit themselves to protect her so she's not pinched to roll on you, or whatever everybody has in mind, whoever the fuck you are. Nanette Ward or Katie or any of you. I came here to write my books. I know this community is more like a communist community because everybody's all up in everybody's fucking business. Because are you going to play the game? Are you not going to play the game? Are you going to protect the community's image? That's communism. That's not community. Fuck that. Fuck you. Anybody who thinks that that's the job of a community is to, if you have a public figure like Beth Sweeney, who's associated with the governor and the Medicaid director, who's associated with the governor, whatever. It's their responsibility to act right and protect their own fucking image. Because I promise you, whatever endowments they think they're going to get from her, Beth, whatever endowments you think you're going to get from anybody, that's okay. You want to be a whore, you be a whore. I'm not your whore. I'm not anybody's whore. I came here as an independent woman, living a free life. I have the right to live where I want to live. I got my housing. It's now paid for life, rent, utilities for life. This is where I'm going to live. I am an autistic prodigious savant. I'm an autism activist. I'm a human rights activist. I'm an activist who creates exit for human trafficking victims and domestic violence victims. And sometimes that means they stay right where they're at, living with the same son of a bitch. But they bring that son of a bitch to me. So they don't have to leave their home. They don't have to get mixed up with the likes of Nanette Ward and Dr. Parks and Burrell. They're free inside, no matter where they go. No matter who's around them. And they have a light shining in them that nobody can dampen anymore. No terrorist activities can fuck with them. When I see the people that I work with, when they look at me, their faces light up and they just start gushing. And it doesn't matter if they're white, black, Islamic, homeless, not homeless. They start glowing, and it's because they reached out to me and I gave them what they needed to do the work themselves, to fight whoever was bullying them, and not give two shits about what anybody thinks about what they did, what they do, what they're going to do, what they say, how they're going to say it. Legal, illegal, criminal, not criminal. The fact that what you guys are doing is criminal activity, I could give a shit. If you guys were committing crimes to help people, I'd be right in there with you. Oh, hell, I'd be driving the patients to your fucking clinic. But that's not what your clinic's doing, Beth. That's not what you're doing. You're committing crimes that hurt people. You're being prejudiced and bigoted. You're a bunch of fucking crackers cracking whips and making people do what you want them to do to beef up your bottom line. And if they don't do it, there's hell to pay, including sepsis, rupturing tumors, and a false medical history to haunt them no matter where the fuck they go, so that even when somebody does want to do something right to help them and get them what they need, you fucked it up so they can't. So don't expect me to go, oh, poor Beth. Oh, she's so humiliated. Oh, the poor band director that's drunk and isn't treating his wife right. And oh, she gets caught on audio coming on to a prodigy in the exam room. That's uppity white cracker boohoo shit. I got a whole community of people suffering needlessly, being terrorized by those motherfuckers you chose. You got mad at me, even though you were the one who started it. Ran the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Typical maneuver. Social recruiting. You go and tell your bosses what they need to hear, so they crack that whip. I'm the wrong motherfucking one to crack a whip at. You really don't do that to me. This long black hair, this is Native American black hair. When I actually am able to get out in the sun and I tan, I keep my tan all fucking winter long. I got no sun this summer because I was bedridden from sepsis and full body pain that I'm yet to fully recover from. Abscesses showed up in my body on CAT scans and nobody bothered to tell me. That's sepsis. They were just arbitrary abscesses, and they were causing all kinds of other problems in different areas. But you know that. So I don't care who you're working with, who you're talking to. If you think Katie or anyone else is going to convince me to leave town to make life easier for you, you didn't do a motherfucking thing to make life easier for me. I know you and Nanette really think that you stuck your neck out by telling me some truths, a few truths about my condition, and you managed my pain when you knew I couldn't go to an ER to get proper care. That's why you were giving me all that pain medicine, because you knew you were begging me to go to the ER. And when I finally went, after a few weeks, when that rupture finally started affecting my kidney, and you saw for yourself that nobody was going to even tell me what was going on, give a diagnosis, they weren't going to cooperate with you, what you should have done was written the cocksuckers up to the Missouri Board of Healing Arts yourself. And if you needed to do that, you should have told me that. If you felt threatened by Darla, if you felt Darla was part of it, you should have told me. I could have went to the OIG's office right there. That was your responsibility to get on the phone and start blowing whistles according to the local attorney general's office. Because for you not to do that meant you were as guilty as everybody else. I don't feel sorry for criminals and leave town because their criminal activity has embarrassed the piss out of them. Now you may say, well, this has to do with you're a lesbian, you're talking about what happened. I have to talk about what happened. I know you had Nanette Ward come to me. I recorded Nanette trying to get me to talk about what happened at Family Health Center. But leave out the part about us. Beth, when you went and told your administration that I terminated my care and only showed them one little and twisted some email that I sent and didn't show them all the emails, you linked all of that inextricably. You should have picked up the phone when I went off, called me, and said we need to meet somewhere. You need to have your friends get you the fuck out of town for care because you're not going to get it. This tumor is rupturing. You should have told me the whole diagnosis. I know you told another one of your patients that you're not allowed to go against the doctors there. That's illegal as fuck. It's your responsibility to say, fuck you, I have my own medical opinion. I'm required by law to give a second opinion if the patient wants it. Your criminal activity can be yours, but I'm protecting my license. And that's not what you did. You covered your ass. Now I know now you're dealing with the governor and the Medicaid director. But if you want to respond to them with fear and intimidation and all of that, which I really don't think you did, I think you were thinking, well, I want my little family over here, and I want to look like this uppity white Christian woman. And Nanette told me it was all about your social status. It's not my job to protect your social status. It's my job to get proper care as a patient, and you've prohibited that. I told you commit criminal offenses against me and see what happens. And I remember you saying, whatever argument you want to pick, I'm going to let you win it right now. That's what you told me. You said you just automatically win, no matter what. But that's not what's happening. I still am recording your damn administration telling me that I terminated my care there. But then when somebody calls them, oh, we fired her. Oh, she's a junkie. There's nothing really wrong with her. And then whatever else they say. They never tell me everything that you say. So I'm going to avoid that altogether. Your clinic is it. I sent you an email requesting a new provider that wouldn't confuse me with personal requests. If you can't grow the fuck up and get your hormones in check, you're too humiliated because you did something you weren't supposed to do. And then you did a whole bunch of other shit you weren't supposed to do, and one made the other one bite you in the ass. That's your problem. And it's going to stay your problem. I'm aware of these things called boundaries. Well, your medical problem's your problem. Exactly. You made sure my medical needs didn't get met because you were lying to me. You want to do this gaslighting bullshit like everybody else, put it all off on me. It was my responsibility, and I recorded me doing everything I was supposed to do as a patient, and recorded you and your staff and your admin not doing it. Running game. Fraud scams. Kickback scams. Medicaid scams. Tough shit. This is my home. This is where I'm staying. I know I got plenty of people trying to seduce me out of this area because they don't want to see me die. But what they don't realize is because of the stupid shit you pulled and who you pulled it with, no matter where I go, it's going to be very unlikely that I get good care. So I'm sticking with Dr. Wardo as my doctor, because that's who I was supposed to see after you anyway. She's indigenous. She's black. Whether she's African American or not, I don't know what American she is. But I'm sure she's went through some shit with that university. I'm sure you have too. Because you went through your shit and you climbed and sucked enough dick, ate enough pussy to get to where you're at. Now you think you're going to do the same crap they're doing? That's not equal opportunity. That's not what equality is about. Equality is, I'm going to do the right thing and you're going to leave me the fuck alone while I do the right thing. If you guys want to break all these laws, go ahead and knock yourself out. But you're not going to deny me an opportunity to practice good medicine to cover up the fact that you're breaking all these laws. That's what you need to tell your admin. But I think your admin already knows you were probably jumping in the breaking all those laws right along with them. For that big bank. Time to pay the piper. Not going anywhere. I'm not going to hear pleas of, well, you're embarrassing her family. You embarrassed your family. I didn't make any offers to hook up. Once you fired me as a patient, oh, okay, you're going to put me through this? Come on over, please. Make it worth my while that you're going to destroy my medical history and kick me out as a patient. You better start creeping up my steps if you're going to... Oh, no, I was confused. You really had no interest in being friends. You just wanted to fuck. Get your pussy eaten, whatever it was. I don't know, I don't care. It's not my problem anymore. It's yours now.